Hello, welcome. You're watching Global Mirror. I'm Shreya Upadhyaya. A lot happened this week, from the fiery presidential debate in United States to the National Security Advisor of India meeting Vladimir Putin in Russia. There's this and much more that we have for you on the show today. First up, about the debate night. Who won, Kamala Harris or Donald Trump? Well, the jury is out and divided on that big presidential debate, and even as it has given rise to its own controversies, from bias to earrings cheating, the debate had it all. Take a look at what all happened in that fiery face-off. What many said would be a walkover for seven-time debater Donald Trump seemingly turned out to be Kamala Harris's night. The vice president seemed to set the tone for the big night as soon as it started, when she walked over to Trump for a handshake, something that he wasn't expecting. There were arguments, sharp retorts, repetitive lines, frowns, some great one-liners, and a whole lot of what debate experts call gip-gallop, a reference to overwhelming your opponent with several arguments at once. But aside from all the theatrics of the big debate, several key issues were talked about. On abortion, while Kamala reiterated her stance of standing by women's rights on their bodies, Trump asserted that he will not ban abortion. While attacking the Democrats on illegal immigration, Trump accused Kamala and Biden administration of getting in illegal immigrants who, quote, eat our pets. He also reasserted that he will strengthen border security. Kamala Harris, on the other hand, seemed to suggest granting citizenship to undocumented immigrants. Kamala defended the government's Russia-Ukraine war policy and hit out at Trump, telling him that dictators like him because they can manipulate him and that they will eat him for lunch. Donald Trump retorted that the whole world is blowing up due to the Biden and Kamala administration. On his alleged involvement in the Capitol Hill attack, Trump said he has nothing to do with it. Clearly, the debate has left Americans divided, with the Republicans accusing the moderators of being biased towards Kamala.
I have always believed, and I say this to my party people, that recognize this element that Democrats are tactically way too smart than the Republicans. I say this openly. So there was a tactical game played here, and Kamala Harris won that tactical play. I acknowledge that. As a sportsman, I always acknowledge win or lose, doesn't matter. But one has to look at it from a very different perspective. And my perspective is that debates are not meant for hardliners on either side of the fence. Either side of the fence have already decided to vote for Trump or Biden, as the case may be. These debates are primarily meant for the undecided, the fence sitters, and independents, who essentially are what they are because they are not aligned to any party. So in the US election, which is a very beautiful process here, which the rest of the world doesn't know or doesn't understand, there is a primary election to select the party candidate. And in the primary elections, they woo the party line to win the nomination. Once the nomination is won, then you quote the independent and others. In this battle, the perception battle was clearly with Kamala Harris, because she looked below, as Elon Musk also said, the expectation set was so low that you could not go below that.
We have a saying in basketball, which is you cannot blame the referee if you're not making your own jump shots. And so blaming the moderators is an example of a debate that was lost by former President Trump. I think Vice President Harris had two goals last night. The first was to show that she was presidential, that she could stand on the stage and have a commanding presence. I think, to use an Indian term, she hit a sixer on that one. It showed how presidential she is. And then secondly, I think she needed to show that Donald Trump, in fact, could not handle the pressure of multiple global crises. And there again, I think she showed that that's the case. Every time she brought up an issue, he was unable to give a coherent answer. I reject this idea that he won on policy. I think she won on substance, on toughness, and on policy.
The debate also led to a new controversy around Kamala Harris's pearls, which many say resemble the smart audio devices from a German startup, Nova. While the company said their product was not specifically designed for debates, it took a jibe at Trump, saying they're developing a male version as well, which the former president can use in the near future. Even as Donald Trump claims that there will be no third debate because he won the first two, the jury is out as to who influenced the undecided voters and who eventually will become the President of the United States. Bureau Report, Mirror Now.